now watching The Wash daily. Today in news, Leafly put out a report. Looks like seniors are using more pot than ever. There's a lot of folks who are returning cannabis users from back in the 60s, from the hippie days. But what it looks like is even more, 3/5, 60% of older folks who are cannabis users are new cannabis users. They thought that cannabis was a bad thing because of stigma. 20 years ago, people were saying cannabis was a bad drug, and so a lot of folks wouldn't be open to using it. But now it's come to light that cannabis actually isn't a bad drug, and that it's actually one of the safest medicines available to humans. So it's great news. Now, obviously, people in their older age need more cannabis because they have a lot more pain, discomfort, trouble sleeping, and in a lot of cases, a lot of older folks are on so many medications that sometimes cannabis can reduce someone who's on 5 or 6 medications down to 1. In the cannabis industry, they're seeing a lot of more older folks coming into the dispensaries, and it's not scary. They don't have to go meet somebody. When I was growing up, a friend of mine, his dad suffered from cancer, and he would have to go meet people in sketchy places to get weed. So it's great that there's at least medical cannabis available, and here in Massachusetts we have legal recreational. Also in news, there's been a lot of talk this year with coronavirus and people making claims about CBD. One of the guys, Kyle Turley, was an NFL player who started a CBD company. He was making claims that CBD was going to help build your immune system and therefore help you fight coronavirus. Well, there's a lot of people who have a problem with saying that cannabis helps your immune system. So there's no real definitive proof out there that says that cannabis makes you more immuno-powerful. Cannabis can certainly be beneficial for many things. Cannabinoids are essential in managing one's endocannabinoid system. So it's probably reasonable to say that if you use cannabis, your endocannabinoid system will be better off. But if you're a healthy person overall and you eat well and you use cannabis also, it's a lot different than if you're using cannabis and not being healthy. So there's a lot more to the game than just cannabis. But living a healthy lifestyle is very good and is probably the best thing you can do to prevent getting sick and dying from coronavirus. Also in the news today, there's a lot of people taking big protections against the coronavirus, trying not to spread it. This coronavirus pandemic has been very difficult. The businesses that are fortunate enough to be deemed essential, it's hard to even keep going because there's a disruption in the supply chain for a lot of the items. And for the cannabis business, there's a lot of things they're not able to get that they're supposed to have. There's a big need for alcohol and solvents and masks anyway. And so now those things aren't available. So a lot of the cannabis dispensaries are taking big efforts to do more with less people, and they're going to have to let a lot of people go. They're saying that they're just going to have to fire folks, lay them off, and do a lot of firing. They're doing the best they can to keep the stores open, and some stores are doing things like installing antibacterial filtration in their air systems, and they're obviously keeping good social distance. They probably need to just keep people in the shops and don't let them leave. That's what they need to do. In the cannabis shops, cannabis growing facilities, here in Massachusetts, there's been problems with people not doing a good job of keeping it clean and safe. Before the pandemic, there was a lot of moldy weed in some of these dispensaries. So these guys, unfortunately, have to really step up their game big time and very fast and without the right resources. So it's a tricky time for cannabis businesses and for cannabis dispensaries. There's been a big problem with getting new employees. They can't get the fingerprinting done. They can't get the testing done. There's just problem after problem. The good news is they have cannabis and they're selling it. That's good. But it's hard for folks to be making a profit. There's so many things involved here, and there's so many costs involved. Thanks for watching The Wash daily.